My name is Michael Mastro. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to look at the chart of Alain Delon, who very famous, iconic actor, French actor who passed away. May he rest in peace, and condolences to his family. If you look to the eastern horizon when he was born, you would see the constellation associated with Virgo, using Vedic sidereal zodiac, not Western tropical zodiac, rising at 14 degrees in the east. First, we're going to see how the planets are operating, then we'll see when they're operating and what could have been done to strengthen the chart. So first off, a sun is any multicona sign in the 6th, 8th, or the 12th house can be challenging. So you see sun, the number 5 for Leo in the 12th house, ruled by Sun. So Sun can create some challenges. In his case, it gave him the ability to separate from who he was and be the famous actor that he was and take on so many different roles in all these different movies. His parents, Sun is an indicator for father. His parents divorced at the age of 4. He did have heart issues and a stroke and leukemia. So sun, this challenging sun can affect the autoimmune issues. Then we have strong moon. Moon is sitting in the house of relationships, and it's ruling the house of income. So it gave him good income through public partnerships in production. Then we have challenging Mars. So 8th house, you see the number 1 there. That's the sign of Aries, ruled by Mars. Mars is sitting in the house of happiness, home life, property. So this gave him many obstacles in his life, in his relationships, in his career. He was divorced a few times. Then we have, it's a very strong Mercury, gives life purpose, rules the chart, gives life purpose through acting, communication. It is the prime health indicator for the chart. So, whenever it is afflicted or challenged or going through the 6th, the 8th, or the 12th house, it can cause some health issues. Then we have strong Jupiter. Jupiter is ruling the house of happiness and family life, and it gives happiness through acting. It's sitting in the house of performing arts, the 3rd house. Then we have strong Venus. Venus is ruling the house of wealth and fame. It gives wealth and fame through good looks, a very handsome guy, and great acting abilities. Venus being in the 1st house, makes someone good looking usually. And then challenging Saturn. Saturn is ruling the house. You see the 11th sign of Aquarius in the 6th house, and that's ruled by Saturn. So Saturn is in its own house, and it has to do with health and healing. But it does afflict the house of success, it being close to the rising sign degree. Then we have challenging Rahu and Ketu, and learning Rahu in the 4th and Ketu in the 10th. This is learning to balance home life and work life. Let's look at the timing of events. He joined the military in 1954 during a Mars period. Mars has to do with military. He was discharged in 1956 during a Saturn period. Saturn is endings, ruling the house of conflict and endings. Then we have in 64, he got married during a Rahu period. Rahu sitting in the house of starting a family. He had a son in 65 during a Jupiter period. Jupiter is an indicator for children. Then we have got a divorce in Saturn period in 1968. Saturn ruling the house of divorce and conflict. 69, he was involved in a scandal that affected his career during a Jupiter period. Jupiter was afflicted at that time, bringing unhappiness and issues in his home life. He debuted as a director in 81 during a Jupiter period, Jupiter bringing happiness, sitting in the house of performing arts. 97, he retired during a Saturn period. Saturn again, endings. Uh, and then he had a stroke in 2019. Rahu and Ketu were afflicting Saturn and Mercury and Mars. His wife also died in 2021 during a Jupiter period, Jupiter ruling the house of family, kind of destroying the family there. And natal Rahu is afflicting Venus, Venus indicator for wife at that time. Then he passed away August 18th, 2024. You can see the circular chart on the left. The inner circles where the planets were when he was born, and the outer circles where the planets were when he passed away. And you can see Rahu and Ketu are almost at the rising sign degree. That means they afflict 6 out of his 12 houses, mainly Ketu and Rahu afflicting the first house of longevity. He was 88, so he did live a pretty good long life. And there's many other afflictions. Mars is afflicting Jupiter. Saturn's afflicting Venus. Yeah, many other afflictions. And, all the houses that have to do with health. In 2022, he did get some treatment for leukemia, but it made him worse. So what could be done to strengthen the chart? Well, he was involved in charity work, which was transforming Rahu, Ketu, Mars, Saturn, and Sun, his functional malefic planets. And my favorite remedy to strengthen his benefic planets, a kavash would have been helpful. If you want to see or get a kavash, you can go to vastucreations.com or get a reading or learn Vedic astrology. Thank you so much for listening. And again, may he rest in peace. Condolences to his family.